Week 12. The position of Arab Israeli women in the current crisis could not be more complex. 3 weeks ago, the Israel Democracy Institute conducted a survey of public opinion in Arab Israeli society. More than half agreed that Hamas's actions on October 7th do not reflect Arab society, the Palestinian people, and the Islamic nation. Nearly 70% of Druze and Christians agreed with these comments, 53% of Muslims. 65% of those surveyed said they identified with the State of Israel and its struggles, an increase of 15% from earlier surveys. 86.5% supported the participation of Arab citizens of Israel in civilian volunteering efforts during the war, such as helping evacuees and providing medical assistance. And the majority opinion is that Hamas and Israel are equally responsible for the harm inflicted on civilians in this war. 86.5% said they are familiar with the instructions from the IDF Home Front Command about what to do in an emergency, although only 60% always follow them. Druze are much more likely to follow instructions than other groups. The large majority of Druze men serve in the IDF and are likely to have a higher awareness of instructions from the Home Front Command and how to conduct themselves. But women across the board are more likely than men to always follow these instructions. 64% of them do. Women are more worried than men, both about their physical security and their economic security. The lack of employment opportunities open to Arab women is likely to worsen due to the war. Only half of the respondents of the survey reported feeling comfortable speaking Arabic around Jews. This is a lower percentage than found in previous surveys and probably stems from the awareness of the high level of tension in Jewish society due to the war. Women, more than men, do not feel comfortable conducting relatives and friends in Gaza and the West Bank. In fact, 84% of women don't feel comfortable. But the overwhelming majority, that's 78%, said that the war has not affected relations with Jewish friends and acquaintances. Among the hostages taken by Hamas on October 7th was 17-year-old Aisha Ziadne, who was kidnapped with her father and brothers as they worked in the cowshed of Kibbutz Cholit. She was released with her younger brother, but others in her family are still in captivity. Her Bedouin community has been decimated with deaths, destruction, and economic hardship. 90% of Bedouin women work for low salaries in the agricultural sector near Gaza. They live from hand to mouth. But everything's stopped there, so these women, some of whom are single mothers, have had to turn to charity. While her fellow Arab Israelis were caught in the war, actress Maisa Abdel-Hadi was detained after a perceived pro-Palestinian social media post in the first hours of the attack saying, "Let's go Berlin style," a reference to the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. She was later released, as were 13 Arab Israeli women. 13 who were released from prison under the terms of the hostage release deal with Hamas are now demanding that they be allowed to stand trial in order to prove their innocence. It remains unclear whether justice officials intend to move forward with prosecuting the women or whether their proceedings will just be dropped. The war has not brought an end to violence against women in the Arab sector. On December 2nd, 24-year-old Aya Abu Hajjaj, in the third trimester of her pregnancy, was stabbed to death while walking her children to school. Within hours, her father and brother were arrested. This is Peter Jones-Pellach reporting for NCJWA, Australia.